Hi everyone. I was able to kill the Subtlety Mage Tower boss. As I said before in my last video, I am a clicker, so if I can do it, you can do it. Hopefully I can give you some tips and tricks on how to beat this boss. So at the start, I interrupt him, and I have my back as close as possible to the orb without touching the beams, because that will hit you pretty hard. You should be able to shadow step to him 9 out of 10 times. On occasion, you won't be able to, so I just use my Cloak of Shadows, get towards him, and shadow step there. As you'll see, I interrupt him to get him closer to the Razor Ice so I can Shuriken spam and dump my Eviscerates into him for more damage. And then I think here is when I'm not in range on the next one, and I end up having to use my Cloak of Shadows, get close, and then Shadow Step. But it's only on occasion that doesn't work. But I feel like the strategy is really nice because you don't have to deal with the Razor Ice at all. And then here again, same thing, I'm kind of using the Razor Ice to build up calm points and everything. Gear-wise, I didn't use anything crazy. It's just all Shadowlands gear. I did have 2 Sylvanas daggers, which was really nice. One of them was like Raid Finder, but it all scales, so it doesn't matter what item level it is. And I used the IQD because I felt like the IQD was really nice for the execute at the very end. And talents, it was pretty much a single target. Weapon Master, I did use Soothing Shadows, Deeper Stratagem. Some people did use Mark for Death. I ended up using Deeper. And then, what else? Last row, I used Master of Shadows instead of Shuriken Tornado. I feel like I didn't really need the AoE too much, although I might have been able to use it in the last phase. When he does this, just honestly, Shadow Step, make good use of it, get close to him. The shield does prevent you from taking damage and it heals you for a ton. Shadow Barrage, you should have pretty good DPS uptime here. It's just basically dodge them and it's free DPS. The only other thing I can really think of, and draw power, make sure to kick that in immediately because that'll give him a good damage buff, but I don't think it carries on to the second phase. I also have for a buff the Augment Rune. If you still have it in your bags from Legion, it gives you like 5 stats, but it was the like 1 minute cooldown. I think it cost a lot, but you get like free Augment Runes. They had one in BFA that was really expensive, and it's like a 1 minute Augment Rune. I don't think it's necessary, it was just a little bit extra. This boss fight really is not as much of a DPS race as a lot of people make it out to be, and I'll show you what I mean in the second phase. I make a lot of mistakes, and I was still totally fine on DPS. Another trick is on this part, when he does the Razor Ice again, he's going to be out of range. I was never able to get in range of him to Shadow Step. So what you can do is you can actually target one of the outside Razor Ice, Shadow Step to that. It puts your back behind the wall, so you take no damage. So here, I target one to the side, I get back, and now I'm free. I know my UI is horrendous. JPC, if you are watching, I know you had a lot to say on my last video on stream. What can I say? I think there's even more stuff on my bars, so it's just for you. When the boss gets to around 15% health, what you'll notice is that I save all of my Shadow Dance cooldowns and such. I want to have 2 stacks going into that. I almost died there. And that's because I really want to start phase 2 with 2 charges of Shadow Dance. The Shadow Dances really are what make or break killing those 3 ads. I really struggled to kill them. I don't think my AoE is that great. Maybe it's just like a player issue, but I felt like I took way too long to kill them. And I know not a lot of other people are having as much of an issue. For there, I ran out of Shadow Steps, and I didn't have Cloak, so I actually vanished. And then Shadow Striked one of the outside ice rings, which kind of acts as almost like a Shadow Step. So that was a little bit of a dicey move, I guess. But hey, it worked. So he's at 18% health right now. So at this point, I'm not going to be using any cooldowns. I don't have any charges of Shadow Dance up right now. So I'm going to try to save everything. And again, same thing, when he does draw power, just make sure you interrupt immediately. But I do not think it carries into phase 2, so it's not huge, it just makes it a little bit spicier. 14%. So I'm not using any cooldowns, saving everything up. And if possible, what I really kind of like to do was get full combo points as well. That way I can start the fight, have like a full slice and dice and everything. Consumables, I used Unbridled Potion. Someone in my guild, Dengo, suggested it to me. It actually does a lot of damage. It was really nice, but you know, I have Flask, Food Buff. I tried to use the Theotar's Tea buff from Venthyr, but it just went away, so I guess you can't use it. So phase 2 is starting, and what you want to do, the biggest thing I can suggest, get to the outside right away, probably even quicker than I do here. You do not want him to drop a puddle in the middle where he is, or you will have no room at the end. So puddle, preferably a little closer to the edge, but where I had it was fine. I pop all my cooldowns, I pop my IQ debuff, save a Shadow Dance charge here. You have to, because that is what is a make or break for the ads. Seeds coming out, sprint away. Again, I'm very slow at killing the ads. Hopefully you guys do a little bit better than me. I was hoping I didn't have to use the symbols, but I was panicked that I wasn't going to make it in time, so I end up burning my symbols here just to do a little bit more damage and kind of waste it, essentially. I use one Shadow Dance on the boss, but now my symbols is gone, so... and again, it's okay. I make plenty of mistakes here, but my DPS was still fine. There's going to be 4 sets of ads. The boss will then rage at 10%. You do not want to get him to 10% before the 4th set of ads come out. I wiped a couple times to that. I did a little too much damage, so I kind of backed off a little bit. Slowly cut him back. You shouldn't take too much damage here. He doesn't hit very hard. You just don't want to take any damage from the shadows. That does a ton. Seed coming out again. I tried to get an extra hit, but I couldn't. Here I use my symbols in Shadow Dance. I should have mentioned it earlier. One of the also most important things I can really recommend when starting phase 2, I use Mind Numbing for the first phase. And then when phase 2 starts, I swapped to Crippling Poison. I feel like that really helps them with the ads because they slow down quite a bit. So I'll use Shuriken Storm, apply it, and then dump my Eviscerates into the 3 ads. Pretty basic here. Same thing. It's just rinse, repeat for the most part, and slowly, move back or backpedal like me because, I can't only click. I have to also backpedal apparently. 3rd set will come out soon. I only have the boss around 40% here when the 3rd set of ads come out, so again, I'm DPSing kind of slowly. 43% when the 3rd set comes out, so I'm pretty slow. But again, it works out just fine though at the end. Kill a 3rd set of ads. And I'm going to save my IQD for the execute phase, so save that for when he's under 10% health. When he enrages, you don't want to use that beforehand. And then to survive the enrage, you want to pop your evasion, but you can eat 4 or 5 hits. I would wait to pop it first. Even when he's enraged, he only hits for maybe 10-15% of your health. So I'd get hit a few times, then pop the evasion. You should have IQD up at that time to use the execute hits pretty damn hard. And definitely save Shadow Dance and the symbols for that. I used Shadow Blades early here, and that's fine. I feel like I needed to get him down a little bit lower. So 4th set of ads is coming out in just a sec. He's at 19% health, 18% now. So sprint away. If you kill these, you pretty much win for the most part. So I still use my symbols and Shadow Dance. kind of a blessing that he was such high health here, or so high health here, because it gave me time to get my symbols back up. So here he is, 16%, 15. I used one charge. I'm saving the last charge of Shadow Dance. I still have a little bit of room, a decent amount of room to backpedal. Get ready, 11%, 10. Here's the Enrage. So he's whacking on me, that's fine. I pop my cooldowns, I pop IQD for the execute. Now I evasion. And then just burn him here. This is really the only burn part of the whole fight. And that's it. But hope I was able to help you guys. Good luck, and hope you get a kill.